Welcome, Blizzard fans. I'm here today with Helen Treankler, and we're talking youth sports. And you're not in a youth sport right now, but you were in competitive dance, which is considered a sport.
Yeah, so I was a dancer from the age of 3 through 19, so to say. I'm 19 right now. I danced competitively for 5 years. All throughout high school, I was on the high school dance team, and then I also did competitive studio dance before I went into high school.
So but you're still you're in college now, and you chose not to do competitive dance in college, but you are on a different type of dance team in college.
Yeah, so I go to UW-Madison, and I'm studying biomedical engineering, and I kind of just decided with the amount of time I'd need to spend with my major to kind of put dance on the back burner, but it's still definitely something I love to do. So I do a club team at school, and we have a recital each semester.
So that's a great point, is it's hard to let that sport go, right? I mean, when you were competitively dancing, when you were during season, how many hours would you say you put in to dance?
I had about 2-hour practices 5 days a week, and then we would compete on the weekends, and then we also did weight training about 3 to 4 days a week.
And you held a pretty good GPA during high school?
Yes, I graduated high school with a 4.0.
So that's pretty impressive. And now going on to college to study engineering, and still wanting to have that sport in the background is good. I mean, what does that sport give you that in your everyday life?
So I would say that the sport of dance has led me to have a drive and just a drive towards life in general and really be a driven person when it comes to developing a career. But I think that sport has also been a release for me, stress, anxiety. So having that in college to combat the amount of schoolwork I have is really, really important.
Awesome. So from a youth perspective, and what we're focusing on is youth sports. So dance is definitely considered a sport. I know where you went to school, you were at Notre Dame. Not many people thought of it as a sport. It was just kind of a extracurricular activity, but it is a sport, and there's a lot of time and effort that goes into being on a competitive dance team. What kind of advice do you have for youth that are contemplating whether or not sports would be a good idea or not? If they had to choose?
I think sports are definitely a great idea. I think it builds camaraderie, gives you a group of people to be your friends, gives you ride or dies in life. I still talk to some of my teammates to this day, and it also gives you the ability to learn how to work with other people, which is also something that's very important in school and in the workforce after you would graduate. So I would say youth sports is a really good idea.
What would you say is the number one skill that youth sports has taught you for later in life, for your career?
I would definitely say that being on a sport team, and especially also being a captain, is learning leadership and then also learning to work through problems and to draw conclusions.
That's impressive. Awesome. Well, thanks for being here today.
Thank you.